and injuries. In these quiet streets of early 1930s Europe, change was beginning to take shape, setting the stage.
Inside the halls of administration, decisions were being drafted, choices that would gradually guide nations toward tension, connecting us to the developments that follow.
Across borders and landscapes, the world was shifting quietly. These movements signaled a changing era.
Industry and preparation accelerated, reflecting the rapid transformation of nations. This momentum carried us into the broader picture emerging ahead.
As the world began to reposition itself on the global stage, alliances and tensions formed patterns we still study today.
In academic halls, scholars examined global trends, searching for meaning in the shifting political climate. As headlines reached the public, information shaped perception across nations, connecting us to the emerging awareness seen in the following scenes. Across cities and countryside, life continued in its familiar rhythm, even as quiet undercurrents of change.
As the world turned, its interconnected paths became ever clearer, drawing us forward into the deeper global shifts that lie ahead.
As you can see on the map, the geopolitical landscape shifted dramatically,
which led directly to the formation.
Radio waves transmitted information far beyond city borders, shaping perspectives and connecting people, guiding us into the expanding communication landscape ahead.
Through railways and routes, people moved between cities, carrying stories and observations, threads
of events. In everyday markets and town centers, life appeared steady and familiar, even as unseen global transitions quiet.
Within these archives, records of past decisions and events offered insight into the future.
Across global harbors, trade continued at a measured pace, connecting nations through commerce. Links that,
as new headlines emerged each morning, public awareness deepened, shaping thoughts that carried societies closer to the developments.
I believe the proposal addresses most of our concerns regarding the new zoning laws.
Yes, but what about the traffic impact on Elm Street?
Public exhibitions showcased progress and ambition, revealing how nations presented themselves to the world.
As 1939 began, European governments saw rising tension across the continent.
Yes. Radio stations across Europe relayed the first official announcements. Even in calm studios like this, the weight of global... Across cities, civilians absorbed the unfolding situation. Quiet conversations reflecting uncertainty.
Factories across multiple nations increased production, supplying essential materials for national needs.
As borders shifted and alliances formed, the early geographic landscape of World War II took shape.
As uncertainty grew, communities prepared through civil defense programs. These organized efforts, rationing systems shaped daily life, encouraging careful use of resources, with communities adapting responses.
To ensure safety, evacuation programs relocated children to quieter regions. Transportation networks carried essential goods across continents, ensuring supplies reached where were needed.
Posters across cities encouraged unity, discipline, and cooperation. These public messages shaped morale and...
Communication centers worked around the clock, ensuring messages reached every corner of the front and home front.
As men left for various duties, women stepped into vital roles within factories and offices.
In laboratories, scientists pursued innovations in medicine, engineering, and communication.
Humanitarian groups provided crucial support, offering care and stability to affected by the war's disruption.
Agriculture became essential to sustaining nations during the war. Farmers worked steadily to keep food supplies delivered. Neutral nations offered meeting grounds for diplomacy and negotiation. These conversations, held far from...
The International Red Cross coordinated messages across borders, connecting families separated by war. These Community shelters offered safety and support during uncertain times, bringing people together under shared spaces.
Global supply routes shifted constantly throughout the war, rerouting resources across oceans and continents.
Industrial production accelerated to meet wartime demands, with factories operating at remarkable pace.
As millions joined national service, workplace roles expanded, welcoming new groups into skilled labor. Research facilities worked to solve complex technical challenges, pushing the boundaries of mid-20th century science.
Signal teams monitored, decoded, and organized vast amounts of information, shaping strategic awareness across continents.
Coordination offices linked multiple nations and departments, creating unified strategies through constant communication.
Transportation networks expanded rapidly as nations coordinated massive convoys. These supply routes became essential lifelines.
Communications remained vital as alliances coordinated across continents.
Mid-war conferences brought representatives together to discuss cooperation and long-term stability.
Innovation accelerated as engineers explored new ideas. These advancements improved communication and coordination.
Economists managed resources carefully, balancing production with global needs. Their calculations influenced industrial output.
Cultural gatherings offered comfort and continuity during uncertain times. These
This expanding access to news leads us toward the cultural and social shifts occurring on the home front.
Jersits. Humanitarian groups distributed food, medicine, and essential goods to communities affected by the war.
Even in challenging times, education continued, emphasizing geography, science.
Observation posts monitored coastlines with steady attention, gathering information that supported regional safety. The early stages of international cooperation laid the groundwork for future global institutions.
Nations placed renewed focus on restoring transportation routes to keep supplies flowing smoothly. These improvements Economic stabilization became vital late in the conflict, with experts shaping policies to support civilian life.
Global communication networks strengthened cooperation.
Diplomatic gatherings in the late war period focused on long-term peace, cooperation, and planning.
As wartime pressures shifted, civil administrations began transitioning toward long-term planning.
Absence. Architects and engineers drafted early plans for post-war housing, focusing on safe and sustainable communities.
Public services adapted to meet changing demands, improving transport, communication, and safety.
Local and regional committees assess priorities, organizing repairs and resource distribution. Their coordinated work set
Nations collaborated to outline reconstruction frameworks that would shape the post-war world. These shared visions guide.
As the world prepared for a new era, global institutions began taking shape, aiming.
By reconnecting these regions, we stabilized the entire network.
And these pathways are essential for the new international cooperation agreements.
Nations formalized agreements to promote peace, reconstruction, and shared progress. These commitments set the foundation for the economic programs that would support recovery worldwide.
Economic recovery programs aimed to rebuild industries, stabilize markets, and support communities.
Infrastructure renewal projects energized local economies and prepared communities for the future.
Let me help you with that bag. Thank you so much. It's good to be home.
Oh, darling, welcome home.
It's so good to see you both.
Cultural spaces reopened with music, art, and performance, bringing comfort and inspiration.
Workforce reintegration brought new energy to growing industries, helping economies regain momentum.
The Clottermus. Education expanded rapidly as new schools and programs emerged across nations. These growing systems.
As stability increased, nations expanded their infrastructure networks, creating new pathways for trade and
International cooperation strengthened as representatives gathered to discuss shared goals. These discussions formed the foundation.
New institutions emerged to support communication, development, and cooperation among nations.
Early modern technologies began to take shape, influencing communication, transportation, and industry.
Scientific research revived in laboratories across the world, fueling innovation and problem-solving.
Transportation networks expanded rapidly, connecting regions that had long remained isolated. These new routes strengthened communication systems.
Communication advanced as improved systems allowed information to move swiftly across borders.
Global trade grew steadily, connecting producers and consumers across continents. This increasing exchange of
The modern technological era began to emerge, influencing communication, industry, and global connectivity.
Cultural exchange expanded as nations shared ideas, traditions, and creative expression.
Your application is complete, Ms. Garcia. Everything seems to be in order now.
Thank you, I appreciate the help.
Scientific communities strengthened through conferences, shared research, and international collaboration.
Urban development brought renewed structure to expanding cities, improving living conditions for millions. These
Global industries expanded at an unprecedented rate, supported by improved technology and coordinated production.
Transportation fleets modernized to meet rising demand, improving travel speed and reliability.
Quality of life improved as communities gained better services, safer neighborhoods, and more reliable infrastructure.
International scientific cooperation expanded as nations shared knowledge and resources. These collaborations.
The modernization of these systems really prepares us for the global market.
Exactly. The new curriculum emphasizes sustainable development.
Global economies developed steadily, supported by trade, technology, and cooperation.
A new era of global cooperation began upon shared goals and